recording and keep going. So hello guys. Thank you so, oh wait, I need to mute everybody before everybody makes noise and I won't be able to do it. Sorry. That's what happens when you have lives. Haha.
Oh.
All right. So here we go. Thank you so much for taking the time on this Tuesday evening, Wednesday morning, Tuesday afternoon, whatever you might be at. My name is Christina Potter and I'm coming to you from North Carolina. And I'm here to celebrate a couple of difference makers. So I don't think I need to tell you guys that now more than ever in this world, we're having problems more than we did months or years ago. And what if I told you that there's a simple solution that could forever impact your life, your health, and possibly your bank account? I'm truly hoping that by the end of this call, you'll have all the necessary information to make an informed decision that will help you resolve whatever problems keep you up at night, or the things that you worry about all day, the things that you complain to your spouse or your parents or your best friend about earlier today or yesterday, the things that you're prayed for. Because for a long time, we've been praying and sometimes you feel like your prayers have been unanswered. So hang on a few minutes and we may change your mind because this was the answer to my prayers and this was the answer to so many other people's prayers, and it worked for us, so why not for you? And I truly believe that whoever invited you to see this believes in you and knows that you deserve the best version of you, and that your family needs you to show up in the best version of yourself. So it all starts with you. And like I said, someone invited you here because they believe in you, so in your potential. And I hope that these stories that you're about to hear will help you believe in yourself as well. Because now more than ever, we are all one decision away from like one legislator to lose your job or your lifestyle that you now have. 86% of American guys go to a job they hate, where they get paid just enough not to quit and do just enough not to get fired. Hold on a second. Remind me later. Some upgrade came up. Sorry about that. So guys, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen really quick. And I want you guys to, like, what is she talking about? What is she talking about? Well, I'll tell you what I'm talking about. I'm talking about an amazing company called Isagenix. What is Isagenix? Well, it's a company based on integrity. It's a company that truly believes that we have to do everything right. If it's not right for the associate, it's not right for the company. And you're going to hear, weight loss, you're going to hear performance, you're going to hear amazing, healthy aging. Just know that it takes work to get there. It's not just a magic pill and it all happens. But so who are we? We're established in 2002. So we've been around for 18 years. We're family owned, operating on 26 markets globally, nearly 8 billion of total sales. We just give to charities and we give back to our associates and everybody else. I'm gonna just skip right through them. I'm gonna ask you a simple question. Here we go. If you were, do you feel like you're living your best life? Simple question. Yes or no? If your answer is yes, awesome. Keep doing what you're doing. But if your answer is like, I think I could do better, or heck no, I'm so far from it, I don't even live on the same continent with my goals and dreams, stick around. What do? We eat better, we feel better, we look better, we move better, we do better. So how do we do that? Well, we have different ways of doing it, but I'm just gonna let this awesome guy tell you a little bit more of how Isagenix did it for him. He's 64 years young. He's a loving father of 6 and a grandfather of 7. That little baby there at the bottom, it's number 7. It was just born on Halloween, if I understood correctly. And he's released 85 pounds, guys. 85 pounds. I was just talking to him a little bit before everybody joined in, and I was like, you look like Santa Claus, and now you look like Isa Claus. I don't know if that's a thing, but we should like hashtag that. He's had an incredible transformation. So without further ado, Dave, would you mind sharing with the world and let us know what Isogenics has done for you?
Sure, no problem. Thank you for the applause. Yeah, it was quite a journey back before Isogenics. I was not taking care of myself. I abused myself. I was drinking, I was smoking cigarettes. I was really into music, live music, going to see a lot of bands and doing a lot of partying, and single, having a great time. Always, loving my kids, obviously, always sticking with my kids. But on the weekends, I just go out and just live it up. And I went down to Atlanta, see my daughter, Anna, and she was like, Dad, I hope you're doing okay. Because she could see I was just bloated and hot, sweaty mess, I'd say. And then my sister in Nashville, she was like, I don't want to come to Chicago and bury you, so you better do something with yourself. So I got back to Illinois and had a doctor's appointment right after that. And the doc said, well, we're going to increase all your meds. Your sugar levels are gone up to the roof. Your blood pressure's no good. I've had thyroid stuff and, all the numbers were off. And I was like, well, what I can do is just stop eating. And then a couple of weeks after that, I was like really drained and felt like crap, and that wasn't working. So I remember a friend of mine, Lisa, who was always in the back of my mind saying, Dave, I got the stuff that can really help you out. And I was like, yeah. 2 years later, I was like, you know what? I'm going to give Lisa a call and pull out a credit card. It was almost maxed. And I said, you know what? I don't care what it is. Just send it to me. Here's my credit card number. And she kind of coached me a little bit here and there, unloaded the box. And, the whole 4, 5, 6 days later, I was like, oh, I feel pretty good. And I decided I'm just going for this 100%. I mean, I was weighing my food. I followed the program 100% for like 6 months, 100%. I mean, I didn't drink, I just didn't snack. I didn't eat ice cream anymore, no more beer, whatever. I just did the whole thing. And it all just came together. And sure enough, I lost the 85 pounds. And I know that, everybody has their own story. Isogenics is, you can't go by what's happened to me. There's integrity. So anyway, all the rules, you just gotta be careful about what you say. But, I got off all my meds. My doctor was, what happened to you? And I said, you know what? I'm firing you. I'm getting a new doctor because you were trying to sell me some other crap. And now I just feel great. I mean, I'm going to say, like, Halloween, I'm running around with the grandkids, chasing them around. My daughters are walking around and they're having a beer and they can't keep up. And they're, Dad, how can you keep going? How do you keep going? I said, well, I just feel great. I'm just like ready to go. And everything's changed. My complexion, my sleep, my mind's clear. I can just say that it's totally changed my life. And now I keep telling people I feel like I'm 20, 21, 25 again. And that's how I felt back in the day. And I can tell you that I'm never, ever going to stop doing this because I know that this has totally changed my life. And my passion now is to change other people's lives by letting them know what happened to me. So it's my basic story. And I just hope that more people can just grab a hold of this and try it out. And, like they say, there's a money back guarantee. Nobody really returns the stuff. So, just try it out and just, the community too is the other part of it. I mean, I met so many great people through Isogenics and, the David Woods and Michael and Lynn, Klaus Hagedorn and Susan Sly and all these people that I know now. They've totally changed my life. And self-development, I mean, it's just an amazing thing. So anybody that hasn't tried this, just try it, just do it. Like Michael Jordan would say, just do it. So anyway.
I love it. You sound like isn't that the Nike slogan? Just do it.
Yeah.
We just need to like steal that slogan from them.
Oh,
Thank,
yeah.
thank you so much. I know without a doubt that your story is gonna inspire some guys out there, because I know personally that, I am not fortunate enough to have, my grandparents, even my parents around, because they didn't take care of their health, because they didn't have a solution, and they didn't, um, they had that lifestyle like you're mentioning, the drinking and the smoking and the hard life that sooner or later is going to catch up with you. And I am so excited that you now get to play with your grandbabies, right? Like, I can't imagine not being there for them. And I always say, I've shared this a few times, but one time I had a dream when I first started isogenics, and it gives me chill bumps just thinking about it. And you made me think of that. Um, you brought it back because I was trying to talk myself out. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what's going on. And, why would I want to talk to everybody about what I have? And I had this dream that I had died and I was going to heaven, and it was this big bright light, and the room was full of other people, like thousands of people around. And I'm like, wait, this is my judgment day. What are they doing here? And every single one of them took a step forward, and they're like, well, I didn't get to walk my daughter down the aisle because this happened. And I didn't get to see my kids graduate from college or high school, or I didn't get to see my grandkids grow up. And it was all because of certain preventable conditions and preventable like lifestyle things. And I'm like, I could have helped that. Like, I can imagine your life if you hadn't said yes. Like, where would you be now?
Oh, yeah.
Right? Like,
I wouldn't be here.
you wouldn't be the same person. So how many people out there are going through the same thing and are the old Dave, right? And I know you said, hey guys, try it. It's, you get your sexy back and you get your money back, right? But if you could talk to that grandpa out there or that dad out there that has given up on themselves, and they, is like, hey, this is all I've ever known, and this is how my life is, and when you get to be 60, this is what happens, well, what advice would you give them?
Well, personally, at 60, I was struggling, and I didn't know where I was going, and I felt terrible. And um, my fifth granddaughter was born, and it was one of those things where I need to do something because I want to be in their lives, and they need me more than I need them, or I need them more than they need me. And it all boils down to that. I've been single for a long time. Things went south that way, and now all that matters to me is my family and my kids, my grandkids. And if you want to live a healthy life with your grandkids, just do this. I mean, just don't wait till you're sick. Don't wait till you're in the hospital and you're dying, or don't wait till it's too late. I mean, I keep telling friends, I've had a couple friends that have passed in my age group that I've tried to help, and they're like, yeah, I'll be fine. And now, I'm at their funeral, and I'm like, you know what? I feel really bad because I didn't press hard enough. Sometimes I feel like I haven't done enough, but I can't own that. But my advice is really look into yourself, reflect on where you want to be, and visualize yourself being in a healthier situation, and then just do it, because this stuff really works. And that's all I can tell you. I mean, and if you try it,
That's enough. I totally agree with you. And once again, thank you so much for pouring your heart out. Thank you for saying yes and for being such an inspiration to so many of us. And I'm looking forward to seeing you at an event and hopefully give you a hug somewhere in the crowd.
yes,
Because like you said, we have an incredible community, and that's I think what sets us, well, one other thing that sets us above the rest. It's the beautiful community. It's a personal development. It's a, your friends become your family, and then strangers become your friends, and it's just one of those things that doesn't happen in corporate America. It doesn't happen in like everyday jobs and other professions. So Once again, thank you so much for taking the time and sharing your story. And I'm looking forward to having you back, hopefully in a few more months with more transformation, maybe get you to share your financial story by then and see how many lives you've impacted. All right.
All right.
Thanks a lot, Dave.
Okay. Thank you.
Let me go ahead and mute. Got it. Okay. So guys, here, how did Dave do that? How do we do that? Well, it's simple. We're backed by science. We've actually have so many scientific researches, and they're third party. They're not like, we didn't pay somebody to say, hey, say our products are good. We went to universities and they've tested this stuff and say, hey, good or bad, I'm going to publish it. And we're like, go right ahead. So we've compared this with a heart healthy diet, which is what your doctor typically recommends when you are overweight and when you have health issues. And we've ranked 2 times, well, 4 times above the heart healthy diet. The people that were on our program, they had 2 times more weight loss, 78% more fat loss. I mean, and you saw Dave's picture before and after. I mean, that speaks for itself, right? And 2 times more lean muscle mass and muscle retention. I mean, you saw him showing your guns at 64. Most people don't have guns at 64, but Dave does now because he's putting there he goes, he's showing his guns again. I love it. So guys, how do we do that? I mean, we have products that are backed by science, responsibly sourced, on the nature whey protein from like grass-fed, pasture-raised cows. So no antibiotics, none of that hormones and steroids and all that other stuff. Our products are made with natural ingredients. They're gluten-free, and we test them above and beyond what any other standards are out there. Why do we do that? Because we care about our products and we care about what we put on our bodies. And I wouldn't put it in my body, and I'm sure Dave wouldn't do it if it wasn't good for him. So are you ready? Here's our second inspirational story. Guys, this is a hot mama of 4. And after she had her 4th baby, she kind of like, okay, what have I done? She's a former hairstylist, and she's also a 2020 Isabody finalist. So that means that she's won some money, plus she's competed for a grand prize of $25,000. And if you look at her transformation and when you hear her story, you'll understand why. She's now a certified trainer and a group fitness coach, and she's also a fitness director for 3 health clubs, guys. Look at that hot mama. So when people say, oh, I'm a mom, I have baby weight, you just say, you need to talk to Sarah. That's just what I'm saying. But, maybe you want to tell them something else, but that's what I would go. So, hey, beautiful. Can you unmute yourself and please let us know what Isagenix has done for you?
Oh, hi there. Thank you so much. And Dave, thank you so much for sharing your story. I get inspired every time I hear, whether I have whether it's someone that I can totally relate to or not, because there's always similarities I can find with everybody. And I love that. So congrats to you. So when you had posted, Christina, that question, are you living your best life? It was like instantly a resounding yes. I feel like I am 100% living my best life. And I can say that authentically and truly. And I'm so grateful for that, and does that mean my life is perfect? No, not at all. And it doesn't mean that I don't have hardships and still have some hard times and walk through things, but I am living my best life because I am present and I'm healthy and I'm able to show up for myself, for my 4 children, and for people around me, So Isagenix has given me this newfound confidence that I used to have when I was younger. And then I became a mom, and I became just a mom. And I had this box that I had shoved myself into, right, I'm just going to fit myself into this box of I'm a mom. I can't do anything else. It's so much work. This is what I'm at. And I resigned to that. And I was okay with that for a long time. But after that 4th child, and I wasn't losing the weight fast enough, and I wasn't really trying, I'd kind of just, again, I was hiding in the shadows of my children and my family. My friend reached out to me a few times, and I think it was about the 3rd time that I finally said, okay, I'll try it. I had success losing weight before, and different products and different things. And so I knew I could lose the weight, and I knew that that was possible, but I was like, I don't want to do just another thing. So I keep saying no. And then there came that point where I saw myself in the mirror and actually looked at myself, and it wasn't that I was so disgusted, but I was so disappointed because I didn't recognize the woman looking back at me. You know, I had lost who I was completely. And sometimes when I really think about it, it makes me a little emotional because I had given so much to just trying to be a mom that I forgot who Sarah was. And in that, I lost the ability to feel like I was capable of a lot of things. You know, it was like, this is just what I am. And again, it was like, there came this point though, after saying yes, and I started shedding some weight, and I still kind of slipped back into those ways of feeling like this is the design for my life. This is what I'm supposed to do. So I'm going to stay, stay in the shadows. But I was still gradually losing weight. So I wasn't quite like Dave. I wasn't all in. From the beginning, I was breastfeeding my fourth child, and I used that as an excuse of like, okay, I'll add these products in, but I still have to eat so much. And it was just always this excuse, an excuse. And then, but one thing I did do though was consistently have the 2 shakes a day, right? So I was still doing that. And then within that year, my journey wasn't quick. It wasn't something that I was at this race line. I was just incorporating it, but I lost the weight. And I started feeling a little bit of this spark again. And I started feeling like maybe I could do more with this. And so I started exercising more. And, I was an athlete in high school and college, and even that went away, but I started like getting into the gym more. And I had this dream and I remember writing it down. It was actually 4 years ago. I think it was at Celebration in Nashville. And I found it actually right after I got the call for 2020 IsaBody finalist. And I said, become a group fitness trainer, a certified group fitness trainer, become an IsaBody finalist, and hit 2-star in my business. And that I got that call from the IsaBody team saying that I had been named that finalist. And I opened that journal about a month later, and I realized I hit every single one of those goals. And I was like, this light inside of me realized that like, I'm worthy and other moms are worthy. And it's like now become my mission to empower women to be bigger than they think that they can be, right? I can still be an amazing mom and still be in that role of this is my first priority and be bigger than that. What's cool is just seeing my kids be proud of me. Where before it was like I was in the background, always just doing the running around, doing all the things that moms do. That is a very amazing and awesome role. But I never saw my children talk about me with pride. And now it's like, oh, my mom's a boxer. Oh, my mom runs these gyms. Oh, my mom. And I hear these things. And it's just this pride that they have in me because they see me doing something. And the best part of my job is that Isagenix was the vehicle to get me to do what I dreamt of doing, which was being a trainer and serving other people. And the cool thing is, it's like so many avenues of my life have led me to this place of service. And I think that that's where that heart of Isagenix comes in is, I think of my job every day as I get to go work with people and be of service to them to hopefully help them be inspired to feel the way I feel. And it's amazing to me that each day that I get some kind of message from somebody, it might be somebody that I've trained personally, or it might be somebody who signed up with me with Isagenix, and I get a message, maybe it's on a day that I'm feeling a little bit less inspired. And that right there turns it around, and it reminds me of why we do this. Dave mentioned the community, and I see a beautiful friend of mine on this call that I met and I connected with at one of our events, I believe just at NYKO actually, and how many countless people that I have connected with and have true meaningful relationships with, and who have been there like to mentor me and help me in my business when we're not linked financially, like help me grow my income for my family when they have nothing to gain from it. Like that to me is the true heart of like being of service and being a leader. And it gives me goosebumps, like you're talking about, just because it's such an exciting time, and it's an exciting like opportunity that we have. When I first started into the business side, it was like when I was first able to like make our house payment, which I didn't actually make it, I put it in savings. But when I knew I made that amount, I cannot tell you how empowered I felt. Because as a stay-at-home mom who wasn't making an income, to being able to say I could pay the house payment with this money that I made by helping people. And and that's how I've truly seen it. And it doesn't mean there's not work. And there's times that you're like don't feel like doing it. And I've heard one of the things, I can't remember who said it, but it's like the biggest downfall in network marketing is a lack of focus. And there are days that I don't have that focus because I want to just be right. And then I remember why I'm doing this, because somebody did it for me. There's people I actually am going to be meeting. I'm flying to New York in January to meet up with one of the new named ISOBody finalists. And we've just connected online and become friends. And she invited me to come. And it's like that kind of stuff happens, you guys. But what I do want to say, and it's because it was my truth for the first couple of years, is sometimes I felt like I wasn't part of, right? Like I felt like all these people were doing this amazing stuff and they were part of this culture and part of this group. And I felt like I was in the background. And again, it's by my own choice. I placed myself there. So if you feel like you're not connected, my big encouragement is like, people aren't going to know you want to connect if you don't first reach out, right? So that's something I've learned here is just reaching out. If you see a leader in the company, it's like they're just another person. Like reach out, make those connections, or inspire, encourage. Like I love connecting with people and just celebrating them, and we become friends. And it's truly friendships that I know I can call people, and it goes far beyond drinking a shake, which is what it started with. All I wanted to do was lose weight. My body has changed in ways that I'm still sometimes surprised. I literally will sometimes look in the mirror. I'm like, is that maybe the mirror's broken? Because I don't know if I really have abs like that. And then it's baffling to me because I don't kill myself either. I just do what we do. I just put the products in my body. I do train a lot, and I'm intentional about that because that's now my profession. But that's also something else that I wouldn't be doing if I hadn't said yes to Isagenix, because I wouldn't have the confidence to do it. And I believe wholeheartedly that this is in line with my path, with the purpose of my life. Not because it's like, oh, Isagenix changed my life, but Isagenix gave me confidence and tools to live my best life, to be able to say, yes, I'm living my best life. And the other part with that I'll kind of finish with is just that, I say this so many times when I'm coaching people, is like, I don't ever want to settle into a goal. Like I find a goal and I get there, and then it's time to create the next one. And that's the same thing with living my best life. It's like I am each day intentional, doing something that serves my body, my health, and my spirit and my soul. So every day there's something to grow into. And living your best life does not mean you don't have financial insecurities. It doesn't mean that you don't have worries about your children or about other things, but there's always a solution. And it's just a matter of like doing the work, reaching out, just being there, connecting with people. And, Christina, I'm grateful when people ask me to share, just because it reminds me of like, we all have something to offer each other, wherever we're all sitting. I'm sitting here in Oregon on the West Coast, you're in North Carolina, like we're all like driven by the same desire to be better for ourselves and ultimately to be better to help other people and make an impact. So thank you so much. And Dave, again, thank you. I love hearing your story and the ISA clause. And I definitely agree with that one. And you guys truly, truly blessed. And I'm so, so, so glad that I have a story to be able to share. And that's because I said yes.
Well, thank you for saying yes to Isagenix, and thank you for saying yes to sharing your story, because I know without a doubt that there's so many moms out there that are wondering, could this be me? Could I do what Sarah's doing? And and I know that the answer is heck yeah, no doubt about it. You just have to commit and want it, and you have to realize that you can't just put yourself in the back burner. And as moms, I have 5 children, so as a mom, we do that. You lose yourself, and then you realize, I'm like, well, what am I teaching them? How am I going to do that? You don't know my story, but like I was bouncing on a trampoline with my kids, and 5 bounces later, I'm like, I'm too tired. I'm too old for this. And that disappointed look in their face, they're like, no, mom, you're not too old. I was like, holy cow, if I tell them this now, what am I going to tell them later? Right. And you had the same thing. It's like, your kids are proud of you. You can go and do things. I went and bounced with them for 2 hours straight on the trampoline park after my 30 days and doing toe touches and straddle jumps. And you're like, you're a mom, don't do this. And I'm like, shut up, don't take this away from me, right? So it's inspiring, because moms can do this, dads can do this, grandpas can do this, grandmas can do this. It doesn't matter if you're 18 or 88. It doesn't matter what your goal is. There is a solution. And you were saying, is like, you have to share and you have to pay it forward, is what I call it. Someone took the time to tell us, and we're taking our time, which is, I appreciate it more than because time is our most valuable commodity. You can always make more money, you can always do this and that, but you can never get this 30 minutes of your life that you just gave in order to inspire someone else. And I'm truly grateful, and I'm gonna, keep following your journey. And once, just like I told Dave, hopefully next event I see you, we'll give a hug. And if you're ever in North Carolina, give me a shout.
I will. I
we'll have
absolutely
some
will.
fun down here. And like I said, friends become family, and strangers become friends, and then they become family because they become part of the community. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it, guys. I am emotional here. I truly hope that with these stories, you guys got inspired to, be part of this community. And we will undoubtedly believe in you more than you believe in yourself. We'll support you in achieving your goals and your dreams without any hesitation, guys. We're a team. We work together. There's not me. There's not you. There's just us. And it doesn't matter what team you're on, who signed you up, what continent you're on, what country you're on. We all have a purpose. And our vision is truly to create the best health and wellness, to provide the best health and wellness products and the best results, and give people financial freedom and freedom from physical and financial pain, right? And we have a proven system that's backed by science that blends the best quality nutrition, convenience, simplicity, and an amazing compensation plan. We didn't go into that. Next week, guys, join me. We'll have one of the company's millionaires sharing his story. So if you want to know more about that, join us again next week. But well, get back to the person that invited you, because they'll put you in touch with someone that knows more about that as well. But you heard two incredible stories of how regular people just like you and me, ordinary people just like you and I, right, became extraordinary. They had different goals, they had different reasons why, they had different results, but one thing they did for sure and they had in common is they used the same system, the same company. They're part of this ISA team that we all have, and we all became, I call it isaholics. It's a good holic. It's an isaholic, right? And we all have the same program. So here's what I know, guys. People that you have not yet met are struggling with a problem that you just found out that there's a solution for. And we're on a mission to change lives. Why not yours? Your life matters. We are all worth investing in. So time invested in your health, guys, I don't have to tell you, it's never wasted. And you can, you heard Sarah saying, yes, I'm living my ideal life, my best life. Why not you, guys? You can too, right? We get paid to change the world. So jump on our bus or our train or whatever you want to call it. So here's a few things that I want you guys to know. You are one choice away from a new beginning, from a commitment, and one commitment away from a new and improved life. We're living in a time where people just like you are praying for solution, just like the ones you found out about. So maybe you're saying, you know what? No, this is not for me. But you can't tell me that on the back of your mind, you didn't have a mom that came to mind. They're like, oh my God, I know so-and-so. And, Lisa down the street, or my neighbor or my cousin's uncle, mother that has a similar story like hers, or my dad or my uncle or my cousin that can relate to Dave. We all know people like that. So if it's not for you, maybe you just need to tell them, hey, you know how you're talking about feeling like you're unhappy, unhealthy, and you don't feel like you can be the best parent or the best grandparent? I think there's something out there that might can help you. It isn't complicated. We're here for you. And the person that invited you here cared enough to share this with you. So we're here to support, solve the problem that you're having with a proven system, a proven solution. So, I heard this quote the other day, and I love it, and I'm going to keep using it. It says, if information can change people, everyone would be skinny, rich, and happy. It takes more than just knowing. It takes a commitment. It takes action. So success is a decision followed by daily action. So are you ready to make that decision? Because you're one decision away from your best life. And you heard Dave say it, and you know it. It's, we get your sexy back or you get your money back, right? So because we offer a 30-day satisfaction guarantee, you can get the cost of the products back if you don't love them. So please, please, please get back to the person who introduced you to this Zoom and let them know that you're ready to get started today and join our team, because we're all here for you and we're going to support you and we're going to work together. So thank you, thank you, thank you for joining us. And guys, if you have anything to say to our amazing speakers, please do. I would love to, give them some love and support.